Since the day of Joe Biden's inauguration, we knew who really is in charge. We always knew that it was Obama who is serving his third term as president, but proxy via Biden. In 2020, for them, the most important thing was get Trump out. It didn't matter that the guy that they replaced Trump with is, what do you call it, in mental decline. It didn't matter that he had dementia. It didn't matter that he ran for president 4 times before and never won. Their only goal was get Trump out. They didn't weigh the cost. They didn't look into the future. They only looked at the now. Get Trump out now. We'll handle the rest later. Well, later is now. And the dude's mental decline combined with his wife, Jill Biden, her ego, her hunger for power is now the downfall of them. There are now reports, really credible reports that we're going to be looking at that say that Joe Biden and Jill Biden are now using blackmail against Obama, saying if you want us out, we're going to expose your secret lifestyle about, Big Mike and everything that comes with it. And we're about to get into that. But really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about inflation. Inflation is destroying your hard-earned dollar. And the number one way to protect that, your finances, is through physical gold and silver. Silver is at over, like $35 an ounce. Gold is in the $2,500 per ounce price, and it keeps going up, up, and up. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a great investment. I go to Midas Gold Group for all of my gold and silver questions, and you can get free silver and qualifying orders when you tell them Vlad sent you. So text Vlad to the number 232425 or go to MidasGoldGroup.com, or their number is right there down below. Let's get right into the news. By the way, if you're in, give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment letting me know you're with me, you see me, you hear me. Trump 2024. Share this with a friend or two. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell notifications on. Let's get right into it. From the Gateway Pundit from this morning, actually. Report. Former Biden stenographer claims Biden blackmailed Obama with threats of exposing former president's alleged, fun lifestyle. Hunter and Obama would get along really well. They probably do get along. Mike McCormick, a former White House stenographer who worked with Joe Biden, claimed during an interview with Alex Jones that Biden used potential damaging information to manipulate Barack Obama. McCormick alleges that Biden threatened to expose Obama's supposed homo affairs unless certain conditions were met, wielding this information as a tool for political leverage. Mike McCormick is a former White House stenographer who worked closely with Joe Biden during his tenure as vice president. In his role, McCormick was responsible for accurately transcribing speeches, meetings, and other communications involving Biden and other governmental officials. His firsthand experience provided him with an intimate perspective on the operations and inner workings of the Obama regime. He wrote a book called The Case to Impeach and Imprison Joe Biden. So this is the dude that released the book saying the case. Now, let's go down here a little bit. According to the book, McCormick, who made national news in April 2023 by revealing he submitted evidence to the FBI that would impeach Joe, confirms that he was interviewed extensively about his knowledge of Biden's corruption and evil by investigators from the White House Oversight Committee and the Senate Homeland Security Governmental Affairs. We all remember I covered this guy, I covered the hearings. So let's go down here a little bit to the Alex Jones interview and what he actually said in the Alex Jones interview. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, for the people saying, oh, that's crazy, right? There's no blackmail. Of course there is. Biden has been in politics way longer than Obama. He knows the ins and outs of blackmail, manipulation, money laundering, special interest donors more than anyone else. If anyone knows how to wield, your secret lifestyle against you for their own benefit, it's Biden. He's a top player. Yes, he's not all mentally there. Yes, we believe he's corrupt. Yes, we don't like him as president. But when it comes to using the tools of corruption and blackmail for your own benefit, I don't think anyone can play the game like Biden. During an interview with Alex Jones, McCormick claimed Biden discovered potentially scandalous information about Obama's private life early in their partnership and used it to ensure his place as a close and indispensable advisor. Alex Jones says, so finishing up with this area, you've been inside, worked for Trump, worked for Biden. You've been in the middle of it while you're there with the world leaders, creating a record of it. We're talking about fly on the wall. What does the Democrat establishment do? Because I've always thought, this is still Alex speaking, because I've always thought and seen that Obama had a lot of control of Biden. But I agree, he's shifting more toward Hillary. Do you think Obama was really the power behind it? Or was that made up? Or has it always been just Biden in control? McCormick responds, I think people talk about Obama being the puppet master and Biden being the puppet. I think it was the other way around. I think Obama made his mark in the Democratic circles in 2004 with a big speech at the Democratic convention. Joe Biden at that time knew he wanted to run in 2008. So he marked this guy. He probably had his operatives go look into his background. In 2006, when Obama makes it through and gets him in the Senate, Biden tucked him right under his wing. He was the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. He tucked him right under his wing and put him on the Foreign Relations Committee so he could get some foreign policy experience. Probably Biden at that time thought he would be the presidential candidate and have Obama as his vice president. Well, Obama flipped the script on him, but Biden may have known something about Obama, something out of his personal life that Obama had to hide. He makes Biden his vice president. Biden always had this saying about Obama that he told him, I want to be the last guy in the room after everybody leaves when there's a big deal to be done. Now, I closed the stage for a second. Sorry. But I'm still reading from here, from the transcript and from the conversation. So then Alex Jones goes on after hearing that, says, but you were watching this as his stenographer. Wow. The evidence of these allegations, according to McCormick, lay in the Air Force One passenger manifest. He claimed that there were several instances where Obama would travel alone to Chicago or California without his family, raising questions about his activities during these trips. And I'm going to read this last part, and then, give you my commentary. McCormick responds, I will tell you this. We used to get the Air Force One passenger manifest. Obama would fly back and forth to Chicago. When he flew back and forth to Chicago, very rarely, maybe only less than 5 times, he would go there. He would go there all the time because that's where his political office was for re-election. Michelle and the kids never went with him. So he would go back to their home. Their house, where they were born and grew up without his family. Why would he do that? Michelle Obama was a Chicago girl. I mean, then it just keeps going and going and going. But ladies and gentlemen, according to Mike McCormick, Obama is one of the very first people who figured out that Obama was living a double life, right? He was, Big Mike, dudes in California, dudes in Chicago. Who was it? Tucker Carlson interviewed the dude that used to sell his body to other men for dope. How in 1999, Obama, hired him to be his boy toy. Biden was one of the very first people who figured it out. Now McCormick is claiming that Biden is using that information to go against Obama. And he's telling Obama, you either support me in this race or I will expose you to the world. You want me out? Well, I will out you. I will expose you to everybody. I will expose your double lifestyle. You're cheating on your wife, cheating with other dudes. He probably knows that Big Mike's Big Mike. So this is why we see all the Democrat operatives calling for Biden to resign and step down, while whenever I go on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere, I keep getting ads. There are Biden campaign ads, but it's Obama asking for money on Biden's behalf. Have you guys noticed? And this all started within the last 5-6 days. So McCormick is claiming that Biden is using blackmail against Obama. The entire Democrat system is calling Biden to resign. The mainstream news media is calling Biden to resign, while Obama is going out making ads on social media asking for people to give money to Biden. And if this is true, if what McCormick is saying is true, and that Biden really has the goods, that means Jill has the goods. And Jill is a sociopath. She's power hungry, right? She is probably using that against Obama also. This is why the only person, one of the strongest people in the Democratic Party, Obama, he's not calling for Biden to resign, but asking you to donate money to Biden. Let them eat themselves, right? Let them destroy themselves. This is why right now the Democrats are like, Biden's making phone calls to Morning Joe, and Jill is out campaigning. Where's Trump? Trump was playing the ace card. Trump, he went to the debate, destroyed the old man. Now he's sitting back and letting the left eat themselves, destroy themselves. And let me say what I've been saying in my previous 2 live updates. Big Mike. That's right. I got to. No. And let me hold that till the weekend, bro. Let me say what I've been saying in my last 2 lives, and I'm going to finish with this. Let's go back memory lane down to 2020. The Democrats caused confusion. They caused chaos. There were riots. There were lockdowns. The entire country did not know what was going on. The Democrat Party came together and said, let's cause chaos, confusion, rioting, protests, burn down the country. Let's sow confusion into the American people and the Republican Party just to get Trump out. Let's destroy the Republican Party. But what they have sowed, they are now reaping. There is confusion, there is chaos, there is protests, there is arguments, there is the breaking apart, but not of the American people or the Conservative Party. It is of the Democrat Party. They are fighting amongst themselves. Just like we saw protests and riots and fights in the streets in 2020, we're seeing the same thing, but it's behind closed doors within the Democrat Party, within the mainstream news media. there's a flu going on and people are getting sick. And it's a political flu. It's a political sickness. And it's within the DNC. Ladies and gentlemen, let them eat themselves. Destroy themselves and take themselves down. I agree with McCormick after reading this. Biden is the shot caller because he's got the goods on Obama. He's blackmailing all of them. And with the help of Jill, I guarantee you Hunter's in on it. I get because we heard after the debate, Hunter was making, a bunch of deals with was sitting there with his dad. But I want to show you guys something. I want to read something that I read yesterday. I'm a believer. If you're not, that's okay. But this is for everyone. Comes out of the book of Psalms, chapter 5, verse 11 and 12. But let all those rejoice who put their trust in you. Let them ever shout for joy because you defend them. Let those also who love your name be joyful in you. For you, O Lord, will bless the righteous. With favor you will surround him as with a shield. We got to do our part. We need to pray, speak truth to power, find our joy and strength in the Lord, and he will stand up for us. And I believe we are living in the greatest time of human history / American history / political history / spiritual history. There is something brewing, and we're about to see a breakthrough of revival and change and people just surrendering to Christ. People, the church no longer hiding in the four walls of a building, but just overtaking this world for the glory of God. We're going to see a sick patient go to see a doctor, but instead of getting a surgery, the doctor is going to be a Christian filled with the Holy Spirit that will pray for him and they'll be healed. I believe it's happening. I believe it's starting. And we're seeing it everywhere. Darkness is actually eating itself and destroying itself everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I'm taking my kids to the theme park today, so this is the only live for the day. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share this with a friend or two. Let's expose the exposed because they're already exposing themselves. Check out the sponsor, Midas Gold Group, for your gold and silver. Links down below in the description. Trump 2024 or sooner.